Man slurring
Let's
words
go back
already,
to
bruv.
your previous episode, innit? Then we'll see who drinks and who doesn't drink, innit?
I was drinking before the episode.
Oh, whatever.
I was.
Please.
I had a couple Maggies en route.
A couple of water. Come on, man.
But yeah, it was like 5 minutes before the episode still.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man. Obviously, them man there's in the building. Hashtag DMD podcast. Myself, Smokes.
But let me tell you why I don't like you, yeah? Let me tell you why, fam.
Bro, what?
Because-
You're not going to intro yourself?
Yeah, but Big Roms can't clone. Listen.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second.
You know why,
can't
though?
do
You
that.
put pressure on everyone to have
Why?
a mad intro, fam.
Why?
Why?
Because of his intro that he come with, innit, fam? Now I'm thinking I got to have a new intro every...
No, you're good. That one there.
That was
yeah,
alright,
Big
yeah?
Bro can't go.
Alright,
just
say
stick
that.
with
Alright,
But
good.
That one was
no.
a bit loose, though. I'm going to lie.
It's Ike, your girl's type, paper.
That's the intro, baby.
Hey, that was so cringe, man.
Don't hate, bruv. Don't hate. People are loving it. I was getting
enough.
enough feedback for that.
I hear that still. Esteban, innit? Back in the building. It's been a while.
Come on, couple
Fake
weeks.
Escobar, bruv.
Hashtag DMD podcast.
Legal drug dealer, man.
I lie.
You get me?
Yeah, hashtag DMD podcast across all the social media. DMD podcast for all the socials if you want to at us or follow us and anything like that. YouTube DMD podcast. DMDlive.co.uk for the website if you want to send in any dilemmas, any shout outs, any bangers, all of that. Boom. You get me? Back in the building. What are you saying? Esteban, back in the building.
Back in the building.
Where you been?
Moving, innit?
Moving, yeah.
I feel like it's been a stressful move, fam. Why'd you say it like that?
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, man. Moving is not a joke, man.
No, you saying that still.
It's not a joke. It's annoying more than anything, innit? And you don't realize how much stuff you have until you're moving.
Bro,
Innit?
you see when
Facts.
you start moving and then it's like
Facts.
you have to weigh up what you're actually taking. Like, do I really need this?
Facts.
And like you start, you get what
I
I'm
did that
saying?
as well.
Was you getting in arguments with the missus? Like, you know, because sometimes...
Yeah. Because all of my stuff, you know, was like, what? Let's say 6 black bags and 3 boxes. That was me, innit?
You trapping, bro. Bags and boxes.
Bags
Mad.
and boxes, yeah, nah.
Like Esteban Brown, you know?
Esteban, bro.
Flying under the radar and all that. No, but yeah, that was it. That was all my stuff. And then I come home from work, right? And there's like 30 black bags in the living room.
30.
So I said to the missus, like,
How big's the yard?
can you not, like, what do you call it? Take the stuff that you don't need anymore and just only take the stuff that you want now.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
She was like, I've done that already.
Rah.
Safe.
Bro.
So how much bags went then?
Bruv, you know the worst thing as well is, I called up, you know, what do you call them, Enterprise, innit?
Yeah.
Try and get a van. No vans available.
For that side, for that pickup.
Just for some strange reason, that weekend, there were no vans. I don't know who was moving dead bodies, man, but no vans available.
Nah, this guy,
So,
you know.
man, I had to put all the bags, like, I don't know how many trips I did, and obviously my car as well, I've only got 2 seats at the back, can't put the seats down.
Yeah.
So I'm going back and forth. But luckily,
long.
it's not too far in it, the new place and the old place.
Okay,
So
it's not.
managed to sort that out. But it's still like 90% anyway. I still haven't fully moved.
Yeah, you're never gonna be fully. But like, is it easier? Like when you're moving into another property, though, is it easier to set it up? As in, obviously, it's gonna be less clutter, maybe, and you can just kind of put everything in a certain place.
You know what the worst thing is? Because we've moved into like a brand new property, innit? And obviously, when you go into a brand new property, everything's pristine, and you kind of want to keep it that way. Innit?
So you want to buy new furniture
But
and new things.
we're doing that anyways.
Okay, yeah,
but
yeah.
then there's the stuff that's coming in. Like you got to try and figure out places to put it
Put it,
without affecting the overall decor.
Yeah. You know what? When I moved, the mistake I made was, I bought all my furniture to come all at the same time. So like even when I'm putting things together, like wardrobes and the bed and stuff like that, I ain't even got space to like arrange it.
Yeah.
So it's like everything was all over the place. Bruv, I had nowhere to sleep for a minute. I had to think strategically, like, what do I need immediately to use right now that I can put together and I can use that, like, fix up my bed. Okay, but then I got no wardrobe. All my clothes are in boxes and whatnot. But yeah, like, if you're ever moving, don't order all your furniture if you're buying new furniture all in one go. Wrong move.
But I feel like that's better though. When I first moved in, bro, I was on a flipping block bed.
Wait, what did you say in the
He
group?
always
My
does
man
the
said-
struggle stories.
He loves a struggle story.
He loves a struggle story, innit? Flipping, I was in a block bed.
Man was on a block bed, man, and the TV on the floor. You get me? Like, man couldn't even afford to buy a bed.
Wait.
Steadily gets.
But that
stuff
put
on
the
Depends on
group,
your size of your place, innit? Because like for me, the whole front room was just covered full of stuff. So even where the TV would have gone, because of the amount of stuff that I had in the front room, you wouldn't even be able to see the TV anyway.
Mm.
It was that RAM.
Yeah, that's mad.
You know, when I put in the group that I was moving in it, and it's stressful, my man comes back in it. He's like, "Yeah, I've only moved once. Picked up my jacket and I was gone."
Yes.
Sound like man just got kicked out and man had to just.
What, you
get on
have
with
no
it.
stuff? You just
But no,
moved.
when I left my mum's, innit? Like, what am I gonna take? I took my clothes and my crap.
So where's your TV?
I left everything at my mum's. Everything was left there. So obviously, when I moved first, like me,
Just in case things don't work out, come back.
Come on, obviously. you get why you don't fully move, innit? But obviously, when we first moved, we didn't really have nothing. So as I said, the blow up bed, TV on the floor, all of them things. You get me? And you just gradually buy stuff later on. But obviously, I'm still back and forth at my mum's, and she was back and forth at her mum's. But the property was just there. So it was a gradual building. Like, you get what I'm saying? So, like,
I tell you one thing though about moving into like a new property as well is
and that was new as well. Our one was new building as well.
the address don't exist in
It
it.
don't exist.
Oh yeah.
Big
Bro.
man. The stress.
What do you mean don't exist? What, in the
Don't
sat nav?
exist.
Yeah. No,
Bro.
when you get new flats.
On
yeah.
Royal Mail.
Yeah, it don't exist on the database yet.
Okay.
Like, you know,
Can't order nothing.
our one didn't
For-
go in the database for about 2 years. Like, letters wasn't coming. Yeah, even when you looked on Google Map back in the day, it was just an empty space.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Like,
Don't
no one
come on
could
the
find.
sat
Like,
nav.
people could never find it. Like, like the postman would be like, "There's no such address." Or if you're trying to order, like we're trying to get Virgin, right? Like, you can't get it in your area.
Same thing with BT. I'm trying to set up broadband. Nothing.
Yeah,
They're
it's
telling
long.
me you're not on the database. Like if
That's
it's not in the
crazy.
Royal Mail database,
Nothing they can do.
Nothing they can do.
can't
fam.
order nothing.
I mean, for small items you can order in it because like now you've got like them Amazon boxes where you can order things to in it, so you can collect them there. But for
Yeah,
big
yeah.
things, it's a myth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a miss still.
What I'm doing now is just sending back stuff back to the old house, innit? Because I've still got that for like a month or so. So I'm just sending stuff there. But obviously, like things like furniture, I'm not gonna send it there and then go and move it back here.
Yeah, that's mad.
Yeah, that's mad.
Crazy, man.
Yeah,
So-
that's wild still. You
But
know,
yeah,
what?
stress.
Where was that carnival last week? A man come with us with a camera and he was asking us about IKEA. What do we think of IKEA furniture? Like, just come to me. What
Oh yeah.
do you think about IKEA
Do
furniture?
you know what? What really annoys me about IKEA? Yeah.
It broke too quick.
Yeah,
No, it's not even that. I think the furniture is actually quite good.
it's decent.
Yeah, it's good.
The
Until it
problem
broke.
with IKEA is that they don't flipping set up for you, innit? Like when they bring it.
What, you want them to set up for you?
Yeah, man. Why?
But most of it is simple though, bro.
Yeah, fam.
Bro,
They're not that
what-
hard, bro.
Yeah,
it looks
bro.
like it's simple.
Can't you
Nah.
pay for that? Like, can't you pay extra for them
£40.
to set up?
Yeah, so they will do it then.
So why don't you do it?
No, but it's not them. It's a third party.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, they don't offer that service.
So what, they deliver it and then the next man's got to come next time?
Yeah. There's this company called TaskRabbit. You can go in there
Oh
Okay.
yeah, I've heard of
and
them
then
still.
they'll do like whatever you want. They'll do it for you, innit? They'll come to your house and do it for you, but it comes at a premium. So why am I buying I don't know, if I buy like chest of drawers for like £60, why am I paying £40 to have it fixed? It makes no sense.
Yeah,
I can buy next
100,
furniture.
exactly. Yeah.
They don't want the liability in case they fix it up and it goes wrong.
Even though
That's
it's
what
their
happens.
own product. You know?
Because you know what it is? But you know what? They will get the screws that is a bit too big for the hole.
Yeah.
But when you screw it in, obviously it gives it that. It goes in, but it kind of rips it now. It doesn't give it the same effect. You get what I'm saying? When you tighten it, and some of the boards, if you drop like the packet, bro, the edge bit now that's
Gone.
broken.
Gone,
Once
yeah.
you have a little edge bit broken, the whole thing don't even fit no
Yeah,
more.
it's true.
It might not even go together.
It's true. It's true. Do you know
So
where you can get
they're flimsy. They are fragile,
flimsy.
but the furniture does look decent, and
I think
they
it's
are
all right.
decent. Yeah,
I
they're
think it's
decent.
all right. But the best place to get good furniture or cheap furniture, Amazon.
Amazon come like everywhere to get everything.
Just the same thing that you see on IKEA for like, I don't know, £120. Amazon.
No, but I like to go to the store though and see what
see,
man's
yeah.
buying, like, and see what's going on.
That's
You
the
get me?
downside, isn't it? Maybe that's why it's cheaper because people don't, because they can't see it.
Yeah,
You know, they're more hesitant to pay. to
when
purchase
it
it.
gets delivered, you're pissed.
you're pissed.
Is
Innit?
it just me? Yeah, I feel like Amazon now is like a modern day Argos, bruv. Because I used to go Argos for like anything random. Now I feel like I go to Amazon for that and then more stuff.
It's that next day delivery, you know, that Prime.
That's what it is.
Do you know
that
what?
as well, yeah.
I need to sign up to it. You know,
Best investment ever, bruv.
That-
If you're
people say
central,
that.
2 hours.
Well, that's me then. I'm good.
What's that?
They deliver in 2 hours.
So
You're
if I
central.
order something now, it's
What?
coming in the next 2
2
hours.
hours.
What's that?
Amazon.
Prime.
I didn't know
Prime.
about that.
Yeah, on certain items though, not everything.
Oh.
So what's
Okay.
how much is it? Like £100 a year, and you get
Like, I
unlimited.
think 80 a year still.
80 a year.
Yeah.
All right, and then you get like they deliver throughout the whole thing.
Next day delivery.
But then you also get like Prime Video as well, which is like their Netflix equivalent as well, and them sort of things. It's
You
not
know
bad.
what, you
And
know?
they've got a few
Amazon's
other
the thing,
shows
you
that
know?
Netflix don't have.
I might have to sign up, you know.
Mm.
I've been thinking about signing up, to be fair, anyway, but I don't really order too much stuff, so it's no point in me. I'll probably just buy a game.
And you also get Audible as well, I think, if I'm not mistaken, where you can listen to a lot of audiobooks.
Audiobooks.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm on that.
Because I don't read them any books anymore. I just listen to
So
them.
do I.
It's a lot quicker.
Yeah, listen, yeah. I'm an audio person anyway. I take in things audio. Like I can read, but it don't stick in my head when I read it, innit? I might just start skim reading it. I don't really take.
No, you
things
for
in.
read, man. Builds up your discipline.
No, man's read. I've got books that I will read, but it don't stick in my head. If that
I'm the
makes
same.
sense.
You don't,
You get what I'm saying?
retention doesn't
Stick to
retain.
my-
Yeah,
yeah, it don't
I have to
retain.
I have to read it
But
a
if
few
you-
times
if-
over.
Yeah, so I would have to read the book a couple times. But if I audio, it sticks. I will remember what a man said. Oh, like, all right, cool.
It might be dyslexic. I'm dyslexic still.
I might be, you know.
Because I'm dyslexic. No,
Man
100%.
could be though.
Since
I
when?
can read though.
No, I'm dyslexic.
I never knew that, bro.
Diagnose man
No,
so quickly.
100%. But it's one of them ones where people don't believe me.
You're lying,
Say
man.
diagnose
being
man
serious.
straight away, you know.
No, I tell you what.
Not even
I tell
go
you
to
what.
doctors on that.
Anything, you know, there could be bare other things. Nah, you're just dyslexic.
Yeah.
It might be, you know. I didn't say what. Might be. But no, I've been. Well, I found that when I was like 21,
Yeah.
that I was dyslexic.
What is there different kind of levels of dyslexic?
Yeah, there's different types in it. Like people just assume that when you're dyslexic, you're just slow in it.
Yeah.
But that's not the case. You're just stronger in other areas than you are in other areas, innit? So for
Okay.
example, you may read a book and not catch it straight away, but you may be crazy visually. Like you can just see
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some things you're just off the charts. But then other
Okay.
areas you might need a little bit of help, kind of thing.
I think I've been dyslexic for a minute still.
Oh, is it?
You know what? That's mad as well because I can envision things and like I can plan out my vision, but I can't plan out my vision on paper or say it. If I was to tell you what I had,
No,
in my
then
head to
again,
plan-
I'm opposite. If I write it down,
Yeah.
it happens. If I
Okay.
think about it,
Yeah,
something else just comes
I'm
into
the same. I need to put things on paper.
Yeah,
No,
it makes
no,
bit
I can-
more sense to me
I
still.
can think
Yeah,
of something.
you all might be dyslexic still,
We might all be still.
but it's not a bad thing. It's just knowing what your
Come
what
on,
your
Richard
strengths are,
Branson
innit?
is, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, look, come on, man.
yeah. Bro, some of the best.
He's allowed to
businessmen-
be rich.
Some of the best businessmen are dyslexic.
Bro, he was selling CDs out the back of his van, fam, in Camden, bro. Like he started off the same kind of grind as the man, them, fam. You get me? But he had the brain and the knowledge to know, like, if I do this is a business I can make peas, and I put my peas up from this here, and I flip it and put it into another business. And bro, you don't really need. You get, man. Anyone could do the same thing. To be fair, if you supply that demand, you can get it. You get what I'm saying?
Is it true Chinese people don't put their kids in school till like age 7?
I
Have
don't
you
know
heard
about
that?
I've never.
They
heard
said
that.
like
heard that.
they teach them like manners and discipline until the age of 7, and then they put them in school because the brain kind of, you get me?
I
So
don't
I'm
know.
saying,
But they
I'm
learn a
not
lot
sure.
at an earlier age, fam. Like they say, under 3 would be able to learn a language quicker than anybody else. Like they can retain all that information quicker.
I don't know. Just heard it the other day.
I know
still.
kids, naturally just retain a lot at a certain age, and up to a certain age, you just kind of. That's why they can learn language a lot. Like they can learn multiple languages.
Yeah.
Like you could have one parent from France and one from Germany or something,
And they
and you
learn
can
both.
both speak to them at the same time, and they'll just learn both languages.
That's sick.
That's crazy.
That's nuts, right? But I know that in what do you call it? What do you call them? Like Norway and Finland, are those countries. What are they called again?
Scandinavian.
Scandinavian countries. They, like kids don't do homework. Like
Yeah.
it's banned. They just go to school, come home and play.
That makes sense.
And
They're big on
they
work-life
have,
balance over there. That's why.
Yeah.
and they have the highest achieving kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Norway, innit?
Yeah,
Norway,
I think it was
think.
I think Finland was up
Oh,
there
is
as
it
well.
Finland
I
as
think it's
well?
Finland, yeah.
You know what? It makes sense, fam. Because why do you want to go to school, do all the work all day, and then come home and then do more work?
That's what
Which
you're meant to
another
be at
hour?
school for.
Huh?
You're meant to be at school
That's
to
what
do
I'm
work.
saying.
So yeah, I get
do
that. I agree with
kinda
that.
understand homework to a certain degree. Obviously, you want them, like, you want the parents to get involved. Maybe it's that kind of activity, like, yo, help your child a bit more than what we can do. Boom, boom, boom. I get that, but it's true. Like the kids will probably want to go to school and learn more if they know they can just. That's the only time they gotta learn. And then after school, I'm free.
It's true.
I'll go back there. Same like work, bro. Like now we're in this work. Do we really? You might have to do certain shit after work.
Yeah.
Do write-ups or whatever. But when you go work, or when you finish work, when you see that 5:30 or whatever time you finish, you're like, yo, you're free, bro.
true.
Like you've been tired at work all day, you know. And as soon as 5:30 hit, I don't know where the life.
The
but
energy just comes from out of nowhere, innit?
Out of nowhere, you know.
You know
Like
what?
you've been up just now, like you just had sleep.
You just made a good point, innit? Like if they're used to it from an early age of just doing work or schoolwork at school, by the time they're older, they'll work a lot harder when they're working in 9 to 5s.
Of course.
Because they'll be used to that from a young age. Do you get what I'm trying to
But
say?
you know that in the morning or in the early part of the day, this is your focus. This is what you do. And they say that our brain is most active early before lunchtime, whatever, innit? And then obviously it slows down throughout the rest of the day. So when they finish school and then now 4 o'clock, you got to do more homework.
Yeah, it's long.
Well, then man, I want to eat. Man, want to snack. Favorite cartoon shows are on. Maybe the man them are outside on the. You get what I'm saying? Back in the day, that was the certain time man doing for homework and the man them are outside playing football.
Oh, pain.
Annoyed.
Pain.
Bro. Like,
Pain.
obviously man was allowed out a bit more than certain other people, but there were certain times I could not go out until that homework was finished, fam.
Trust.
You know when you're inside, like the excitement just seems more than yesterday,
more.
way more than if I was outside with you. Like,
Bruv, I'm outside the kitchen window looking like, yo, like the man them are, you get them now.
Bruv, you start banging out that work, boy.
Fam,
Getting that
yeah,
homework
and then as
done.
soon as you're done now, like if it died down, you go outside
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yo,
Not
man,
as wavy.
out here now.
yeah, energy's up, but
Yeah,
everyone's like,
Everyone's more mellow now, innit?
Everyone's tired now, like the football game's done, people are sweating, people man have just got the ball under their foot, chilling, having conversations. Like, nah, like, let's roll.
What going on? Like, what's going on? Just the best bit.
yeah, that's peak.
The
Still.
worst.
Now that happened to me a few times still, and the thing is, my curfew stayed the same regardless if I had homework or not. I had to be indoors by 7:30. So if I even just got to come out for a little bit,
Yeah.
you know, same excitement on that same wave, I still got to come in. So like I've missed it. There was no point even going out.
Listen, you gotta come in, fam, and then
Homework
like,
was a bitch, man.
when it's weekends and that, you go, you're playing outside, but you don't know as well, bro. There's certain time man's kicking ball and man will go in like, yo, I'm just grabbing a drink or ice pour.
You're not coming back out.
Man ain't seen man again. Fam.
You
It's
will
next
not come
day.
back out.
I'm like, rah. Man got to try like, yo, like, yeah, but certain I'll try sneak in the house.
yeah.
You know, you try sneak in quickly when your mum hit. My mum hates everything, innit? My mum's like, yeah. I'm like, just getting an ice pot. No, but you're in now. I'm like, rah, no, but no, dinner time, all that.
That's crazy.
That's
fam.
mad. My mum used to
was just
have a
getting warmed
count.
up.
Like I can only do that 3 times. 3rd time I had to stay in.
Swear down.
Yeah, man.
You got
The in and out business, yeah. What's all this in and out business?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you're out, you're in, you're in.
Yeah, that's exactly what they'll say. So we out, you're in, and
But mine was weird, fam. Mine was like, I was allowed to come out like after 6, fam. When my mum got home from work, like. When I come out, everyone's gone inside, fam.
But it don't make sense. But maybe
Joke
she wanted to know she was in.
No, she knew that if I go outside and no one's in there, I'm coming back home, fam.
Yeah, basically.
It's a
yeah.
setup. It was strategic
We say
still.
that's a setup.
Yeah, it was
you
a
know?
setup still.
Yeah, that's
Trust me.
wild, you know. Nah, man, it was a good day.
Maybe because she could see you outside the kitchen window, so she's
Fam,
there because she can
It was
see.
peak,
Yeah,
fam.
she's
But
there.
everyone, but you know what it is? Everyone used to come outside my house though. Like
'cause
bare
your
man
house
would come outside my house and wait for my mum to come so I could come outside. You get me? But they're
You're-
waiting
you're
so long. It's like, right, we're going inside
Yeah,
now.
it's
Like,
long,
you
yeah.
get me?
Yeah,
Or
like,
we'll meet you when you come out. Like these times now, the games are done
You
and.
say man's got to talk to you over the garden wall and
Trust
that.
me,
Like, oh.
they used to call man the stoop kid, fam.
Man said the stoop kid.
Like man was out, just on the stoop, fam.
Yeah,
But you're
what
not
about
coming out.
stooping?
Yeah, I'm coming out, but give man a little time. Bro. You get me?
When
Yeah,
I walk,
fam.
when I walk in, man, was that your name, Big Rock? Man, I have to call you Snoopy, you know?
This guy.
Yeah, that's your new name. Yeah, well,
All
go on,
right, we're
Snoops.
christening people. All right, cool. You'll get one before the show
Well,
done.
go on,
Still,
Snoops.
this guy's an idiot, you know.
Yeah, man,
Get
got
me?
you for that one.
Oh, go on. What's on the agenda, though?
Boy, you know. I see, you know what? You know
I want to
what?
talk about relationships.
Oh my
This
god.
guy always.
Again,
He's
you
definitely
know.
You know
back.
what? He definitely. No, do you know what it is? No, let me tell you what happened.
definitely
Let me tell you exactly what happened. Something happened during that moving, yeah.
You almost lost it all.
Yeah, because he just want to
Man
come
was
with bare hype.
Man was
Yeah,
away for 2 weeks. I don't even believe man
Nah,
was
you know-
moving in that.
you know
Man
what it
was
is, yeah?
banned from the podcast. You know?
I know, fam. 'Cause he said some outrageous stuff on his last one, you know.
Nothing like that. Let's have a real conversation in it.
Alright,
Ah,
cool.
yeah. Hold on, let me build up my juice. Hold on. Let me.
Yeah, man, fill up the juice,
I
man.
know what's going on when this guy come about, and I get people in trouble and that. You get me?
Yeah, get man in trouble. We can talk on it still, cause
What?
huh?
Why?
It's mad. I get in trouble every week. You hear me?
Yeah.
What did you want to highlight in relationships? What did you want to highlight in relationships?
Do you know what it is, yeah?
Yeah, we got to have real conversations.
This is
now,
what I'm
you know?
saying. Like, I kind of feel like, obviously everyone knows, innit? Men and women are different, innit?
Oh, here we go.
Like, we don't see eye to
Oh
eye,
my
yeah.
gosh.
Where you going with this beef?
No, but what? Truth or false? Is it true?
No,
or
no,
No, it's true. No, you're true.
100
You're
facts.
true.
Yeah, man. Like, we're different, innit? So for me, it's almost like it's a journey, innit, to try and understand them, innit? Just so we can
Never will
cohabitate
understand
better,
them.
innit?
Yeah.
You
We
never,
can- on
yeah,
a
I
balance.
agree. You never understand
You'll
them, but at
never
least
fully
a little
understand
bit.
them. You'll know enough about the one particular person you're invested in. But
True.
yeah, go on.
True. So the point I'm trying to make is, like, and I think we even touched on this in the car a little bit, like personally, I'm a traditional African man, innit? That's my thing. So I believe in roles, innit? I believe that a man has his role and a woman has her role, innit? At a basic level. Like, obviously, certain people get their back up when they hear that stuff, innit? Like, what do you mean by roles and all that kind of stuff? No, the reality is, if you have a man, you have certain expectations of him, innit? And if you have a woman, you have certain expectations of her.
Of course.
At a basic level. Doesn't mean that above that, you guys can't work together, innit? It's just at a basic level, everyone needs to know
their roles,
their lane, innit? Right, okay. I think that's kind of difficult for some women. Because I feel like when it comes to certain things, they're okay with those roles. Like, for example, if a man wants to pay for the meal, if a man wants to do this, if a man wants to do that and take her here and do that, yeah, he's being a man.
Oh, they're cherry picking.
Okay.
Yeah.
But when it comes to certain things, like, my man's pointing.
I know, fam. There's some
Like
real
ET.
alcoholic, fam. It's cool, fam.
Hey, fast the rave, bro.
Program, fam.
AA
We know,
meetings and that.
yeah, fam. We know how you get, fam. What you?
Man's all got technique.
Yeah.
You know like that.
Drink, you know.
Under the leg and that.
Man, I'm
Man.
moving like some basketball player.
Man. and then that. Damn, it's all crazy.
He's
you know.
finished. He's finished.
Yeah, he's finished.
No, I'm
He's
good,
finished.
I'm good. I promise.
Come
From
on.
time trying to convince the mic.
I know, innit?
Oh,
Go to you.
yeah.
But yeah, so when it comes to certain things, I feel like women feel like, yeah, it's cool in it for a man to be a man because they're paying for certain things, they're making certain moves, and they feel like secure in certain environments.
Yeah,
innit?
yeah.
But when it comes to maybe the man's expectation of the woman, all of a sudden it becomes a madness. Like, it's 2019. Why do you have that mentality? All that kind of stuff. Like,
Yeah.
do you guys hear what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
I fully hear what
I
you're
beg,
saying.
elaborate on the last bit when you're talking about it's a madness. Give me an example.
So, for example, let's say, let me give you a good example. Let's say, okay, I'm in a relationship, right? I work, yeah? My wife works, yeah? Let's put it that way. So, I don't expect her, like, I've never put any pressure on her in it to go and to help me get more money for the household because I believe that's my role, right? As a man.
Yeah.
Never put no pressure on her. She wants to work, that's her business. That's her thing, right? Now, as far as her role is concerned, let's say her role is the house and the kids in it.
Yeah.
Oh,
right,
boy.
okay. So in that situation, is it okay for her to put pressure on me to do certain things at home?
It depends.
Let's talk about it.
So I can, yeah.
But running the household
depends
is a
on-
man's thing, though. So everything that comes with it, man should do.
But
No?
as in what?
I don't know.
Like,
As
as in if you're fixing stuff, you're fixing stuff in the yard and stuff.
What, and
like
cleaning?
that. Man, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? For me personally, I feel like that obviously it differs and it depends on people's situation and how they work. So like obviously I don't know how you lot work, if you lot work at the same time or whatever, or who works longer, whatever. But let's say, for example, just one person got a shift work. One person works Monday to Friday and another person got shift work. So they vary weekends or whatever. Whoever's in the household at the time should just be able to
Pattern up.
the
now, you
household.
know what? Let's just make it
You
fair,
get what I'm
innit?
saying?
We both work at the same time. Let's put it
Okay.
that way.
So you both work at the same time. So you both get. Let's say you both get home
Yeah.
about 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Yeah, I feel slightly like.
Oh, so
only
you're saying,
reason why
okay.
I feel like slightly women should do the cooking and that only because I feel like they put more love into it. Well, I'm only can speak from my experience. I can cook, don't like to cook. I would just do a quick thing where if I lived on my own, let's put it this: if I lived on my own, man will eat tuna, pasta, corned beef, and rice every day by myself. I don't really care.
100.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I ain't got time. A quick meal, boom, out. But obviously, if you got a family and you got you wanna whip the dish and chicken, rice and peas, potato, mac and cheese, all of them things. And now me in my head, when I think of cooking, I'm thinking, right, this is a task right now, you know. Man's got, and I'm sort of a perfection when it comes to cooking. I'm not saying my food's perfect, but I like to have everything in order. Like get the onions out, the seasoning, everything got to be over there. Then the chicken got to be there, the rice. You get what I'm saying? I got to lay out everything.
You know what?
and-
I'm the same.
Yeah, big man
Yeah, I'm
thing.
the same.
Man
I've got
gotta lay it out, bro.
separate chopping
Yeah, I
boards,
hear
and on
that.
different chopping boards, I've got different things on them.
All right, so you see me when I get in the kitchen, I know I'm about to lay down in the kitchen.
but-
So boom, so I don't like to go in the kitchen too much because it's gonna be too much for me. So I prefer, and women put their love into food as well.
Yeah, but
and they wanna show their man like, yo, this is what I've made for you. The presentation will come to you great, and all of these things there. Do you get what I'm saying? So on that role, I kind of.
But you're just saying that because you just feel lazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
household,
saying if we both come home,
Yeah.
and the cleaning and cooking needs to be done,
Yeah.
is that her role?
I don't listen. It's
any role.
It's anyone's role. I think anyone should be able to do what's within their capability, because there are going to be times when she may come home from work and she's shattered because she's had a long ass day at work, and you can't really expect her to stand on her feet and be slaving away in the kitchen or be cooking and cleaning. You might have had an easier day that day, but you can't just bring it down to roles for the simple for that simple reason you're going to say she should be doing the cooking and cleaning. It's just not fair.
No, I don't think.
Do you get what
I
I'm trying
don't
to
think
say?
any one person. If let's say you get home at the same time, I don't think anyone should do cooking and cleaning. I think one can do the cleaning. Let's say
That's
the dishes
fine.
needed doing, then one person do the dishes, one person does the
That's
cooking.
fine. Share the
Or
responsibility.
or even just both together, like yo, babes, you cut up the onion,
But-
I'll do this, and then you grab.
But
the
what
load
if he
behind
wanted
it,
to
you get me?
invest in something?
I hear that.
Wait, what was
on.
it? What if he wanted to invest in something and he puts his money in there,
Yeah.
but the bills need to be paid? Remember,
Okay.
that's his role, innit?
Yeah.
So
okay, I'm gonna come back
would
to
it
that.
would it fall on her to go and do
Yeah.
his role
Okay.
now because he
Okay.
needs to do something? What he does in the long run is gonna make the household nice,
All
but he
right,
needs to put peas into that now,
then she
innit?
needs to cover
So
the
I
bills
can't
for a
cover
little
this right now. So are you gonna take that role?
Yeah, then she would have to do that.
So 2019, there's no roles then.
No, because that's
No.
a temporary situation.
That's a
for
temporary
bigger
situation,
outcome.
yeah. And she believes in his purpose.
So what if he wants to invest in something every month?
What's
Yeah,
that?
then he's entitled.
But you
to.
know what it is there? If okay, look, the
Until
thing
it
is,
grows.
the way I look at it, I believe in, like I said, in the basic level, we all have roles in it. If I have an expectation on the woman to help me with the finances, then 100% she can have an expectation of me to help her do what she needs to do.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
But the issue is where for men, some men anyway, where there's no expectation from the woman, from him to her to say you have to help. Like no one's asking her to go out and get a job because you're good, the money's there.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But she wants to go and get a job. Okay,
Okay.
cool. If you want to do that off your back, why then is there an expectation of me to help you do the things that you're supposed to be doing in your role?
It's true. Where he's saying that you didn't have to work, you chose to work off your
chose
own.
You hear what
that.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you didn't work, you'd have more time to do.
The
roles
in the
that-
yard.
Huh?
Yeah. She'll be
See what I'm
more
saying?
time to take care of the yard.
I hear what you're saying, but
I
not,
hear that.
Not everyone's setup is set up like that.
Yeah, not everyone makes
That's
that
the
kind
thing.
of
We got to be realistic
Agreed.
in it. In this day and age, women work. Sometimes two people come in a relationship, women work already, sometimes even earning more than the man. And sometimes the woman is the breadwinner of the house, unfortunately.
do you know
Not
what's-
even unfortunately, but it's just the way that it is.
But is it mad that I don't even think women should work?
Why do you think that?
Because I feel like women are great mind people. So as in like, I feel like men should go out and go grab the business and do that, and the women should do like the paperwork and all of the smart accountants and all of them kind of thing. Because they're good at saving money. They don't like to spend too much. They spend money, but they don't spend like man them, innit?
Because they're careful.
They're careful.
Right,
Some,
but at the same time,
No. A lot
You have to
of women,
remember the day and age that we're in,
A lot
fam.
of women,
Oh, let me finish.
don't get it twisted. A lot of women spend a lot of money, but don't think that they don't grab half
cool.
of that money back.
So they're careful.
cool.
By sending
But hold
shit
on, hold
back
on,
and
hold on.
you
Let
know
me
what
say
I'm saying?
something. Let me
Wait,
age
wait,
group.
wait.
Hold
One
on.
at a time. One at a
Yeah,
time.
let me finish. Yeah, so
Alright,
like
finish.
they buy stuff. They might buy bare dresses and that, but half of them dresses go back. They'll get the peas back or whatever. They spend smart and they know how to manage money. I feel like they know how to manage money better than men when it comes to certain situations. Because man, then we're careful with the peas, but if we want something, we're going to get.
Okay, let me ask you something.
What age group is this?
Let's just say,
Any age
okay,
group, fam. I don't know. I'm not older than me, but I
okay.
don't know.
Based on what you said, yeah, them skills that you just described there, yeah.
Yeah.
For those exact reasons, she may actually be more better in her job than a guy for that particular
That's
reason.
what I'm
Let's say,
saying.
for example, I want to consult a wealth manager for something. If a woman has those capabilities there, and I feel like this particular person could help me manage my finances better than this potential male person, I'm gonna go with a female person.
You have to go.
Do you get me?
We have to
So
go with
because
the
she
woman,
has
yeah.
those capabilities which are useful in the household, why can't she apply them in the workplace? Why shouldn't she be able to work?
No, she should. I'm not saying she
Was
shouldn't
that
be
not-
able to work. I'm saying like, I feel like if a lot more women stood behind their men within like trying to focus on a business side of what we can create, fam, everyone can go far. Instead of two people going to work, like, yo, babe, you go and grab the business of what you need to do, invest in what you got to do. I'm here. I can control certain things here. Because like they could do the research, they don't have time to do the research. Like they take time. These women take time to investigate stuff. Do you get what I'm saying? Like if they want to investigate their man, do you know how hard they will sit down and like
Investigate them, man.
no big man thing. They should all be in CSI. Like if all the women, big man thing, if all women was in forensics teams around in the UK, yeah, every man's going in jail. Everyone's going in jail, fam. Like put women,
wild.
No, big man thing, put all the women in the detective department. No one's getting away, fam. They do different investigations. So they do their research, innit? And they look up things. They make sure, like, yo, this is done, the terms and conditions. They might look at more things and look over it more than man. And this is why, like, look at example to make it easier for people to understand. Like shopping, for example. Man then will go shopping, man will see crepe. We're walking in JD, boom, that's what I want, size 8, bam, boom, gone. Women will go in there, yo, I gotta make sure, like, I want a black dress. Now, they know they want to go and get a black dress, but they need to go to every single shop before they know what black dress they exactly want. Do you get what I'm saying?
I have to disagree with you there.
You think so?
Because the only reason why, yeah, I would ever go into a shop and be like, yeah, boom, I want that. It's because I've done the research already before going to the shop.
This is my point, but women don't. You think women sit
But
in
to
the
be
yard?
fair, though,
But ultimately, you're both doing research, though.
You're quite particular. I think for most men,
most
it's
men.
basically, I need a shirt.
Yeah.
Straight in,
simple, innit?
grab out.
Yeah.
But for you, you're more.
Yeah, I got
kind of-
size
I would
problems
say to
still.
myself,
Oh, you got
bruh.
size problem,
I
yeah.
got size
I'll say to
problems
myself,
still.
what have I got already?
Man,
Okay,
a
I
bit
got
wet
that crepe
sometimes,
there,
yeah.
and I got that jeans there. Alright, cool. I'm gonna need a black shirt
need a
for
black
that
shirt.
whole garment set up
So
there.
what's the closest
Black
shop
shirt.
to man? If H&M,
Yeah, what's the closest shop?
Oh,
What's the cheap-
H&M, boom.
Yeah, and then
But
go.
you've done some sort of prior investigation in a sense.
Yeah,
Large
yeah,
or
yeah.
small, it's some form of
Yeah,
research.
Yeah,
course.
but women still don't know. Even they would do research at home and still don't know. Like, fam, have you ever had like your girl come up to you, yo, babe, what should I wear tonight? Should I wear the black dress or the red dress? You be like, you know what, babe, the red dress. I think I like the black one.
Oh my gosh.
Don't ask man no questions then, man. If you already know what you want, what the hell you asking me for? Oh, because I just want to see if you was gonna say the same one as me. No, but like I said the red in it, so technically you don't really care what I'm saying. You're gonna pick that anyway.
I don't know about that one. But
I don't know about that one.
You
but
don't
still,
get
I
that
had
one.
No, but
I feel like
no, it happens. It happens.
Yeah.
I don't know why. They
Oh,
do
you don't
it.
know? Okay.
Yeah. It
I
happens.
feel like
It happens.
I feel like we ain't answered Stephen's question though.
Yeah,
Still,
I feel like in that situation, like, technically,
should the responsibilities lie on him? Well, not him, but
everyone-
man.
and let's be honest. Okay, let's say you got kids involved as well. I do feel like women should take more like the side for the kids and all, because they're the nurturers. Like fathers, we're pretty fun and we might be a bit negligent. Is that the word, negligent?
But careful.
Yeah.
There's an
That
L
word,
there.
yeah, cool.
Wait, the first bit.
Because we
Yo.
might be sitting.
Say it again. Say it again.
No,
redeem.
I'm not saying
No,
nothing.
say it
But
again.
trust-
Say it with your chest. Cool, big man. Yeah. Sip on your beverage and say it again.
You got there, man. You got there.
Man will sit in the yard and you get what I'm saying. We might be on the computer or the YouTube or whatever. And the kids, we will allow the kids to run up and down and do a mad thing, and then the missus comes home like, what happened to the yard? Like, rah, don't even know.
Don't even know what happened
Don't
there.
even know what happened.
Do you know what?
You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but I honestly believe that two people in a couple should do what's within their capability at the time. And what I mean by that is, like I said earlier, two people can come together and maybe the woman earns a lot more than the guy at the time.
Yeah.
So therefore, at the time, she's the breadwinner. She may have the more difficult job. And the guy may even have the opportunity to even stay home a little bit more, look after the children. In that capacity, within his capacity at that time, he has to take care of those responsibilities at that time.
Yeah.
But it may come later on down the line, if he's ambitious enough, he earns more, he starts to earn more than the woman, then maybe it then adapts, innit? She then takes care of the things at home a little bit more, takes care of the kids or whatnot. So I think it depends on what the setup is at the current time, and then you work from that, because I don't expect it to stay the same all the time unless she's content in just supporting him or vice versa. Do you get me? If you got two ambitious people coming together like that, you're asking one to make a sacrifice, and if no one wants to make a sacrifice, then it's going to be at a point where, you know, someone's going to be doing better than the other, so then the other person has to support in that time.
If you got two fully ambitious people, that two strengths in the house,
Yeah.
shouldn't that work better? Like, because if you're both striving for something,
Yeah.
then the
Yes.
organization within the household should be like, yo, like you're pushing each other basically. I can help you do this, or you can help me do
I
that.
get
blah,
that.
blah, blah.
I agree with that. But I think it becomes a lot more complicated. Again, I don't know here because I ain't got kids, but I think it becomes more complicated when there's kids involved. Do you get me? Because someone has to take care of them. Unless you're both set in a way where, you know, child maintenance is calm, that's not even an expense that really bums pockets for you. It becomes complicated when there's children involved. But when there's no children involved, then yeah, it's a good thing because like you're motivating each other in a sense.
Yeah. Let me ask Esther
Well,
a
one
question.
second, please.
Go on, sorry.
Because we're shying away from the whole question again, fam.
What was the actual question?
Exactly. You're just running off your mouth and I'm not answering
No,
the
but
question.
what I'm saying is valid,
Wait, I'm
though.
gonna answer
What
it,
I'm saying
please.
is valid,
Stephen,
though.
what it
It's
is-
valid.
I'm going to
It's
answer
valid.
it. Let me answer it, fam. Stephen,
Guy,
what it
bro.
is, it's 2019.
Yes.
Depending on your circumstances,
Yes.
situation,
Yes.
the roles change.
Right.
Yeah, so we can't stick to the one basic
Yes, they can
men's
change.
role and
Yes,
the
they can
women's
change.
role.
That's
When
my
it
answer.
changes
They can
all the
change.
time,
The
fam.
roles changes, yeah.
Always. So you can't have that mindset anymore.
Okay, so
Let me ask you one question.
Go on.
There we go.
What's the biggest problem within a relationship while having kids? Like, what causes the biggest problem between them?
Between the parents, you mean?
Yeah.
In term, when you have kids.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I think with my experience, I would say it's two things, right? Is the lack of communication and
Big
the lack of it's the lack of communication and the lack of understanding in terms of each other's expectation of the other.
Yeah. I can
Does that
imagine
make sense?
so.
Like,
Yeah, 100%.
that's what I think it is. Because, for example, like what Ike said earlier on, I think it touched on it a little bit. If I meet somebody and I make it clear to her that, look, this is the kind of person I am in it, and this is the way I kind of look at relationships, and she makes her views clear as well, then we decide at that point, innit, if it works for us or it doesn't work for us. Because if I'm saying I'm traditional and this is how I see things, boom, boom, and you're saying actually no, I'm more 2019, this is how I see things, and we still decide to go into a relationship,
Expect problems. to
Expect
happen.
problems.
You're both moving mad.
you understand? But if we're saying
You're both moving
You're
back.
both moving mad.
Bro, there's
Why
no
would you do
compromise
it?
there.
Why would you do it to yourself though?
There's no compromise.
Because
there.
you both won't want to compromise.
Yeah, you won't want
really.
to, yeah.
this is the thing. So like, but you know, some people in it, they're very optimistic. They feel okay, it's gonna change.
Yeah,
Things are gonna get better.
of course.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
It looks amazing when you come. If you're that ambitious guy and you come across a person of that you want to be in a relationship with, and they're ambitious also as well, it's nice.
Yeah.
You find it sexy that they're ambitious.
Yeah,
They're doing their own thing. It's nice. But then when you get in a relationship with that person and you are also that person as well, of course there's going to be problems because it's whose ambitions come first.
I feel like, but this is where it comes down to. Like, if you meet someone that is ambitious and they're focused on what they're doing, and you're also focused on what you're doing, then there shouldn't really be no who should go first, because it's like, yo, we should just be helping each other. Like, yo, you do this and I will support what you're doing.
Yeah.
You also support what I'm doing.
But
And we're cool in it. Like, so there shouldn't be no real arguments of, you're doing too much over there. Or, do you get what I'm saying? Like, yo, like,
I think that is a beautiful scenario. The downside is the fact that you're being the support system for someone else who's trying to pursue their goals or whatever. By being that support person, you're not fulfilling your own ambitions at that time. You're kind of putting them on pause.
You think so?
But
you know what? You could support someone and still do what you're doing.
It
because at the
depends.
end
It
of the
depends
day-
on how you're set up.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, you can. That's what I'm saying. You can support and be like,
It depends what the support is.
boom. Like, it don't have to be like funding the person. Like,
that's true.
If they've got something like and they want to show you, they got this and this is what I'm doing. Like, what do you think of it? Like,
Yeah.
you could just look over what they're doing, or I'm doing this with Ren, and you give them advice on what you think.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
That's
just
true, fair
little
enough.
things like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like,
Okay.
it don't have to be major, because at
That's
the end
true.
of the day,
I'm thinking a bit narrow-minded.
Yeah,
still.
I'm doing
It's true.
something. If I'm doing something that makes me happy, then that's what makes me happy. So I'm gonna continue to do it.
Yeah.
And then if she feels like whatever she's doing makes her happy, she's not like. And then I've got someone there that will give me advice on like, let's say it's the pod, and she's like, boom, you're doing this, but you could have explained it this way and rare.
No,
Like,
I agree
You get what I'm
still.
saying?
I
In a
agree.
relationship, there's no such thing as both people being happy at the same time.
Why not?
Happiness oscillates 100%.
Oh,
think so?
Jesus Christ.
Happiness, in a relationship oscillates. It goes from one person to the other. Like you said, compromise. Like, there's never
Hold
any
on.
relationship.
What's oscillate? Because some people
Yeah,
don't know
what's
oscillate.
oscillate?
still.
Yeah, I don't
I
know
know
what
what
that
oscillate is, but some people
Basically,
don't know
just
what
kind
oscillate
of goes from
dyslexic.
one person to the next.
Say-
innit?
what's the
And
word?
Going back and forth, oscillate.
Like tennis,
Let me write that
What?
down.
like tennis, isn't it? Back and forth.
So basically, in a relationship, you can't have a relationship without compromise. And when you're
That
compromising,
is the
someone's
biggest
not
word,
happy.
fam.
That's the reality. Like, you can't have a relationship without compromise. Unless you're in a relationship with yourself, like no, you get what I'm saying, because you're two different personalities. Like,
Yeah.
You're chatting to yourself like you're in the yard. Like, should I go out? I don't know if I should go out. Maybe I should go out.
You know.
Yeah.
Bro,
This guy's dumb.
But you know what?
I'm gonna get paid tomorrow, though.
I like-
But bro, like, hold your pee, though.
But what if I just go out and spend £5 on a drink? I don't need to buy no one a drink, you know?
Cool.
No,
then
but you know what it is? Yeah? Everything's compromise.
Yeah, it's
like
true.
because you're two different personalities coming together in it, all trying to achieve something.
Mm.
Like everyone's like Ike said, innit? You both got your goals in it. You're all trying to achieve something. So someone at some point has to sit down and let the other person rise. And in some cases, the next person has to sit down for the next person to rise.
Yeah.
That's where the what do you call it? Compromising comes in. So you're never gonna be happy at the same time because you're either supporting or you're being supported. That's how relationships work.
A good example of that actually is Conor McGregor, because his missus, I believe, took him out of homelessness and supported him to get him to where he's at now. So who knows what ambitions she may have actually had in her life. Do you get me? And by supporting him, cooking his meals, helping him with whatever he needed help with for training and whatnot, she was there for man, and she's taken care of now.
All right, cool.
Yeah,
Well, let's say, for example, now she does all of that for him, and then like 10 years down the line, he's like, things kind of change, and this is not what he wants anymore.
In terms of what the
he don't want the relationship no more.
that's a bit fucked. But I
That's
don't.
fucked, fam.
That's fucked. But
You don't want the relationship.
Yeah, no, but
Rose is hurt.
no, but I'm
You
saying
know what?
like,
After
yo,
man
he
put
could
in
have,
their
no,
work,
but he could have picked, she could have picked him up, and then, but it could have been a thing where let's say, for example, you don't really love her.
No, you know what it is.
no.
Now
but if
wait. Let's get
That's,
into this.
but yeah, that's
Let
real,
him
fam.
land.
If he 10 years down the line and he's like, yo, I don't, like, yeah, you helped me, but I don't have that love for you.
10
Okay.
years
Should
down
he
the
only
line.
stay, bro?
No, he shouldn't. He shouldn't stay
But this
because
feels like a different conversation. Still,
No,
like,
but-
like a next scenario.
It is a kind.
it is a
slightly,
little bit. But to answer
but
your
it was
question,
off the back of what he was saying.
answer
Like
your
she's
question-
picked him up out of something.
if he's not happy in a situation, he shouldn't stay with her because it's not fair to her and it's also not fair to him. However, he needs to still have respect for what she put up with and what she sacrificed to allow him to get him to where he's at.
But
I'm
the
not saying that he
respect-
shouldn't look after her. He has to
yeah,
still look
he
after
still has to look after her,
Yeah, he still has to look
especially if
But
they
the
got
respect
kids.
doesn't mean I have to love you. That's what he's basically saying.
I understand that, but he should still respect what she sacrificed for him.
100,
Because if it
100,
weren't for her, he would not be the man that he is today.
so would
but
you
for
turn your
some-
respect into love then? Because of
No, I wouldn't do that.
But
So
for some, for some, even if you're looking after the person without the love, to them it's not enough in it because they did it with love.
yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
That's true. That is true. But but you can't force
No,
someone.
I couldn't talk because I had
No,
the drink in my
but
mouth. So I couldn't say yes. I just had to.
I'm sorry.
And I didn't want
You
to swallow
can't-
at the same time because the drink was.
Pause.
You can't-
I'm not saying that you should do it with love. You can't because you don't love her.
Exactly.
But what I'm saying is for the other person,
Yeah.
it's still not enough.
I hear
because
that.
You didn't do it with
But
love.
at the end of the day, if two parties don't love each other, you can't force the relationship regardless. You
No, I get
can't
that.
force
I get
it.
that. I get that.
Like
I get that.
a prime example, Bugsy Malone, funny enough, actually
Oh yeah, he put
put out a little message about this. He was with his ex for about 8 years, something like that, and he just said that he weren't happy. Do you get me? And he realized that it's someone that he respects, so he broke up with her for the simple fact that he weren't happy. It's not fair on her. It's not fair on him. They've got different ambitions. Their ambitions aren't necessarily aligned in terms of what successful is within their relationship.
Yeah.
So they have to part ways. But he acknowledges what she may have
What she's
sacrificed
done,
or put up with him in being in a relationship with him. And he was actually really sincere about the way he put his message across for that particular reason.
that's good.
And Conor McGregor, if let's say for example he didn't love his wife no more after 10 years after being on the up, I'm sure he would do the same thing.
Yeah, you
and
have to. You have to.
she's the mother of his kids. So them kids are definitely going to be looked after. And if she's going to be mothering them, she's definitely going to be looked after because he's going to respect everything that she's done for him and his kids. You can still do that and not love the person. Do you
Yeah,
get me?
100%.
But you know what? Yeah, on that as well. Sometimes I feel like some women want that superwoman status without putting the work in.
Yeah, them
the
women
way
are
up,
mad.
man just
Why
picked
is
up
he
his
like
drink.
that though, like-
But you need to be on camera,
Yeah,
fucker.
he
You're
needs
doing
to
the
make
most
that,
stuff
like,
around
fam,
there.
I'm
You know?
telling you, fam.
Now, but do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
Certain women just feel entitled, innit? Like, like
Yeah, they're moving mad.
Yeah, like, yeah.
You need to acknowledge what I'm doing, but what are you really doing?
They're moving mad, they're moving mad.
The entitlement is mad, you know.
Oh, let me take my quota for this.
But it's not
It's
just.
getting hot, innit?
I just
Yeah,
start
it's
ripping into
hot
these kind of
still.
girls.
But it's not. Do you know what? To be fair though, it's not just the girl them. Sometimes the man them are a bit childish as well.
Yeah, of course.
But usually, like for me, like what's your understanding of a good woman? Let's go around the room. innit?
Yeah, let's
It's
go around the
relative,
room.
man,
With a
but
good
go on.
woman. A good woman.
Smokes, you go first.
No,
No,
wait.
I'm
No,
not
wait. No, you know what it
Nah,
is?
don't
We
do
don't
that, man.
let's not list it.